So, a very good point there against a very game Sunderland side in that second half. First half, that I think they really flattered to deceive, to be honest with you. Didn't really create much of note, didn't really threaten us. Um, we should have been 2-0 up. How Tyrese Dolan misses that one on one, just puts it over the bar is beyond me. You've got to test the keeper there. And even more so, how the hell he won man of the match. I do not know. I don't know who I would have given it to, but woman said behind me, he must be giving it in because it's Christmas. Like, how do you miss that one-on-one and get man of the match? It doesn't make much sense. But we were definitely the better team the first half. We deserved the 1-0 going into the second half, but it was quite clear in that second half. The manager just said to their right winger, I think it was Patrick Roberts, just sit out there wide and the ball will come to you. And that's exactly what happened for two kind of goal kicks just getting hoofed up there. The first one, Beck probably shouldn't be going up for the header. He probably should just stick on his man out wide, let Hyam or Danny Bath go up for that header. But he goes up for it, and then, it's a simple knock on to the right winger, and then Beck's, left scrambling, trying to get back. And the second goal, I can't really remember too much about it as much as the first, but I know it obviously came down that right-hand side. Again, Beck left scrambling to try and get back in time. Did a bit better that time in terms of getting back, but the same result. Sunderland go and score. But up steps, I nearly said Danny Butterworth, Harry Leonard, to come off the bench with, 5, 10, 15 minutes to go or so, and be the difference maker is exactly what he was brought off the bench to do. And it's not the best of goals. It's a bit scrappy, but we take those. And brilliant cross from Britain just to get it right into the mixer, and we get probably a just result. What happened after that in terms of John Buckley, trying to saw his name in the headlines. Absolutely bowls it up in terms of trying to hit the ball on the volley, and Sunderland should go and make it 3-2. But what a save by Ainsley Pears, and what a season he's having. So yeah, thank God for that. We get away with a point, and it's a good point. Fourth against fifth. Would you have took a point at the start of the game? I most definitely would have. I predicted on Denver's vlog there a 1-1. We're thinking maybe a 2-2, but I just thought with the amount of goals we're scoring at the minute, I'll go with a 1-1. Be a bit of a safer prediction. But yeah, 2-2, predicted the draw, and I'm happy with that. Hull this weekend. Sunday, we definitely need to put them to the sword. Weren't the most convincing of wins at their ground, but at our ground, we've just got to do the business, really. No two ways about it. Yes, they've got a new manager, and seems they've got a result or two at least since he's been in. But at home, if you want to be going for the playoffs, you need to be putting these teams to bed. And let's just hope we do. So need to get the 3 points there, and then it's 2 really tough games after that, isn't it? Leeds away, which they'll definitely be wanting some to avenge that loss at Ewood, you would think, and then obviously the Dingoes at Ewood. So I'll be going to Ellen Road. That should be a cracking away day. I'll obviously be there for Hull and Burnley. But yeah, in terms of today, I think it's a fair result. I think I'm happy to see Yuki get his goal. That's been a long time coming, and he's deserved it. He's worked his arse off. He's been playing a full 12 months at this point because of the Japanese league and how that works. That when we signed him, he was halfway through his Japanese season, so he's going to be absolutely shattered by the time we get to May when we're finishing up with this season. But yeah, he deserves that. I think that's 5 goals for him now. So yeah, let's hope he can maybe get to double figures. yeah, happy for Harry Leonard obviously to come on and make that difference. Maktar come on and put himself about, but in terms of looking like a goal threat, it wasn't really there. I'll be honest with you. So whether Leonard sees himself up in the pecking order after that goal, I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and may have a vlog for you for Hull, depending on who's on vlog duty. But if not, there'll be a reaction from me for that one for sure. So yeah, cheers for watching.
Wow, that was close. Blackburn 2, Sunderland 2. I think on the balance of play, draw is probably a fair result. I mean, yeah, Rovers could have been 2, maybe 3-0 up at half time. Sunderland looked very average at the end of by the end of the first half. Second half came, looked a completely different team. At one point I kept counting how many Rovers players were actually on the pitch because it looked like we were down to 10 men. They dominated that second half. Went 2 really quick goals up, and I thought that was harsh. And we just lost our rhythm, we lost our style, we lost our identity. We were just lost, weren't we? But probably even under Mowbray we might have lost that game, but no, we didn't. We continued to the end. We got a late equaliser. Felt like a winner, but no. Like I say, deserved probably. Where do I start with that? It's Owen Beck. What a player! I think the best compliment I can pay to Owen Beck. He's probably, in the 30, God knows how many years I've been watching Rovers, he's absolutely up there with my favourite left-back of all time, which is Graham Lassalle. So, yeah, he will play for Liverpool. He's just waiting for Robertson to either get injured or... Yeah, but he will be Liverpool's full-time left-back. Other than that, I hate to say it, guys, and I'm going to get a load of shit for this, but Maktar Gay is not good enough. End of. Lovely guy, big beaming smile, can win an aerial battle every now and then, but where it's going to land, who knows. He's going to get a few assists for us. He's going to get a couple of goals for us, but just think what we could have if we had a proper striker up there. Do you know what I mean? Somebody like a Danny Graham in that team that just... absolutely hungry for goals and what have you. But yeah, my patience is starting to wear a little bit thin with this guy now. He's just not good enough, and it pains me to say it because he's a real crowd pleaser. But yeah, it's just not good enough. Just not good enough. But I mean, today's a big result, to be fair, because if we'd lost that would have put some real clear daylight between us and the top 4. We didn't lose it, and thank God we didn't lose it, because we're absolutely still well in the mix of it now. I mean, Burnley, to be fair to them, pains me to say it, but yeah, they've really come into some good form. They beat Sheffield United 2-0, which just makes the 4th of January even more exciting. But listen, it was a well-fought draw in the end. If you'd asked me this 2 hours ago, I would have said we absolutely deserved to win it, but we didn't because it was a completely second half. Listen, I'm going to go. I've got family to see. I've got a meal out booked. So on to Sunday, on to Hull, and hopefully that'll be 3 points.
So, I'm reacting to Blackburn Rovers getting a 2-2 draw with Sunderland at Ewood Park. Blackburn Rovers started the game brightly, dominating. They dominated the first half, and they took a deserved lead. They took the lead in the 13th minute. There were a few deflections, but the ball found its way to Yuki Ohashi after a Blackburn attack, and he rifled the ball into the net to get a first goal for him for a long time, and he really needed that. So that was really good. The second half started well for Sunderland, very well, and they took advantage to equalise in the 51st minute. Rigg with a scrappy goal, but they all count. So 2 scrappy goals, Rovers in the first half, early in the first half, and then Sunderland early in the second half. And then 4 minutes later, Isidore scores a back heel goal, a really good goal to take the lead. So in the second half, Rovers, after going down 2-1, they responded well by regaining possession and taking the game to Sunderland all over again. And the substitutions were a massive help in doing that. The 5 substitutions that John Eustace made, the timing was impeccable, and as it has been from him as long as he's been Rovers manager, I can't think of a manager that got his subs so right. And certainly not in more recent times. And the subs paid off. Mac Guy combined with Harry Leonard, and they got us the equalising goal to make it 2-2. We had to wait until the 90th minute, but it was worth it. It was always going to be a tight game. I thought it was probably going to be a draw or 2-1, hopefully to Rovers, but a draw is a decent result. Sunderland are just above us in the table for a reason. They've got a good squad and they know how to get points. So I think we've got to be very satisfied with that. I know we were the home side, but I think going toe-to-toe with Sunderland and matching them is a good result, especially after the disappointment of losing at Millwall. So it's something to build on now. It's very encouraging that the squad has shown, the team has shown that they can cope without the injured players, without our captain, without Lewis Travis, without Harry Pickering, 2 very important players. And they've responded. They've stepped up. The players that played, they stepped up, and they responded. They started the game well. They took the lead. All right, Sunderland overwhelmed them with a couple of goals early in the second half. But they're a very good side. They're a very good side. They're up just above us for a reason. They know how to do it. So we should be proud, and hopefully we can just win the next game against Hull.